Hi everyone. I have no one that watches this channel, but I I don't know, I'm just in the mood. So I'm Betsy. I go to school right now and I live in a house with a few of my friends, and I love it because when I go home in the summer, by the end of it, I'm just going nuts, if you know what I mean. So it's about 2:30 a.m. right now. I don't know, I guess the student life is just kind of living, living, living the late life. I don't know, I just like anything before 4 a.m. and I'm not tired. I just can't fall asleep. But I don't have classes tomorrow, so I'm not really that worried about it. I can't really think of too many interesting things to say, but I was watching my friend's ballet video, and she was kind of talking about her interest in ballet, and she did a little dance thing, and it just made me think, like, this is such a good way to be able to keep in touch with people and get your opinion out and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, why not? Right now, I'm really kind of just getting back into the swing of going to school. I just want to stop and say my glasses seem to fall down a lot, so that's going to be interrupting my conversation. But as I was saying before, yeah, I'm just kind of in school, and um, I really feel like right now that's the right place for me. A lot of my friends are starting with their careers, but I'm not really at that stage yet because it took a little bit of time for me to figure out what I wanted to do and which direction I wanted to take. But I look at it as that time really kind of helped me figure out my path rather than wasted time, because now I know kind of more what I want. As far as school's been going, it's only about the third week in, so not too much has been happening. I can already tell that I'm gonna like the courses more this year though, because I gotta have a bit more choice in what I got to take, which is always nice. I've been enjoying the weather because it's just like fall right now, so it's that beautiful kind of time when you can you can just walk around in a nice sweater and pair of jeans, and you don't have to worry about your winter jacket and your boots and all that kind of stuff. So I've been getting in as much walking as I can, and I've been really enjoying it. And I know that in a couple months when winter comes, it's not going to be really an option most days, so I'm really trying to get it in as much as I can now. I've been making a conscious effort to get to the gym about 3 times a week, which is about as much as I can realistically do right now. And I've been, making an effort with the food and all that kind of stuff, and just making enough food for the week so that I don't have to waste time each night, and just kind of like pack it and then go, which I think is the best thing. Although now I've had chickpea salad for my lunch for like 2 weeks, and I don't know how many more days I can go eating it. So I think I'm gonna have to cook up something else to make, because I think I've had just too much to handle. But I really love chickpea salad, and it's full of protein, so I've enjoyed it. But I think I need a break, or else I'm going to start hating it. um, as far as my personal interests go, I am obsessed with cooking and baking, and I'm always curious about new recipes or new ways of doing things. I'm vegetarian, so I'm always interested in new meal ideas and that kind of thing. And my hobbies, since like lifelong hobbies, have been drawing and painting and ceramics and basically anything artsy I did. My parents put me in music lessons my entire life and I hated it, which is surprising you'd think, but I did it till I was about 17, and then I finally said to my parents, like, I don't like this, I don't want to do it anymore, and I dropped it. After about 4 years playing guitar, I dropped it, and I enrolled in art classes and never looked back, and that's kind of how I just live my life. I just do it as a hobby because I think if I did it all the time, like in a career form, I would just start resenting it. So I decided, you know what, leave it for a hobby, and I have, and I'm really glad. Um, I really enjoy watching TV shows with my friends. Right now, I'm really enjoying the show Queer as Folk, which I know ended like 6 years ago. But when the show was originally on the air, I was a little bit too young for it. But now it's kind of like it's it's good because I think it's a really interesting portrayal of the community. Um, because especially living in Canada, the climate is really different, and so I think it's interesting to look at it from the perspective of how it was like 10 years ago or whatever season you're looking at. And I also really enjoy, just for fun, I like to watch shows like, Ugly Betty and what not to wear, fashion. I love shopping like a lot of girls, but I'm a big advocate of dressing your body for your body type and not for just what happens to be in style. It really aggravates me to see girls whose body does not allow them to wear certain looks, wearing looks just because they're in style. But that's a whole nother can of worms. I think music wise, I can't really say I like one band the most or anything, but I really like bands like Broken Social Scene and um, I don't know, I really listen to a variety of songs. I usually have my song on my iPod on a shuffle, but my my iPod broke, so I've been going a bit nuts not having music to listen to on my walks and stuff because that's like 30 minutes each way, which is a lot when you're used to having it. I really like to work out to Crystal Castles because I find when I put their music on, it's like I go in a trance and I'll look down at the timer and like 7 minutes will have gone by and it's like, sweet! I don't have to listen to and I don't have to work out for too much more because I just went into a trance for a quarter of the time or however long. I usually only work about 30 minutes. And what else do I like? I think it really depends on the day. Um, I'm really more of a fan of like this song or that song, not like an entire album. Um, as far as YouTube goes, I don't really have any idea of how much I'm going to get into it. I really like watching It Gets Better videos because um, I think they're just such a great message, and I think that especially coming from a country where you know gay marriage is legal and where there is a bit more gay rights, that it's just mind-boggling to me that people can't marry. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I went to a feminist all-girls school when I was a kid, where the two principals were a lesbian couple, and when I was in high school, our school president came out as transgender, and I guess I've just grown up and I grew up in a pretty understanding environment, I guess, and so I think it's really important, and I was a victim of bullying and stuff, so it's just kind of like it's really important to me that that message of like treating everybody regardless of who they love or how they choose to um, show themselves to the world, I guess, is really important. And so I think that's why I liked it. And I also think that it's important to see and hear different perspectives, because if you're only getting the like straight perspective, then you're missing a huge section of the population. um, as far as um, like politics and stuff goes, I don't really pay that close attention to politics. It's just not where my interests lie, but I think it's definitely something that will continue to change in the coming years, as many people have been saying that I've been watching on the internet. And I don't know, I just try to live my life as a tolerant and open person. I think, I think if you can just give people respect, that's the best thing to do, right? I don't know, you can tell me what you think if you want. If you disagree with my opinion, that's fine too. um anyway, so as I was saying earlier, I'm living with two friends, and I was supposed to have another roommate, but she hasn't come yet, which is kind of good because then there's one less person to deal with, but it's not so good because of the bills, but what can you do, right? It's not too much more money, so it's okay. But so far, my friends and I, we haven't really had any problems, which is a good sign because it means I think things are going to be pretty good. And we're all kind of the same mentalities, so it's not like any of us are really having beefs with each other, because we all kind of want the same quiet time and the same togetherness time and the same sort of you you clean up your stuff, I'll clean up my stuff kind of mindset. Yeah, so that's about everything there is to know about me right now. I'm just sort of trudging my way through school, and I'm planning to volunteer this year in the library and work with children to help them with literacy for kids who are having difficulty with reading and stuff like that. And the reason I chose to do that is because that was me, basically, and I didn't really have that support when I was a kid. And I personally feel like if I had maybe had someone there who had made me feel differently about all that kind of stuff, I might have ended up liking school and reading more than I did at the time. And I'm also signed up to be a mentor for freshmen in university, which isn't really starting till October, so I don't really see how it's a orientation when by the time I started. It's going to be like halfway through the semester, but it's something that I'm interested in doing, so I figure why not. I mean, most of the other stuff I'm planning to do around school is just for fun. Like, I'm gonna join the cooking and dining room club, which is basically a club where you get together with people and cook food and eat food and share recipes, which you can imagine is perfect for me. It can be frustrating because I'm a vegetarian to go to some of these events because they're very meat centered. But I've learned to make my way around those kind of situations because it's important to me to not eat animals. It's just kind of, when you read about all the horrible things that the meat industry does and the horrible things that animals are injected with and all that bad stuff, it's just kind of, it's a no-brainer to me. And at first I just kind of was doing it to prove to myself that I could do it, and then I just kind of stayed with it because I'm used to it and I really don't mind it. And I've really it's really helped me with eating foods that I was very picky. So, I wouldn't touch mushrooms. Can you believe that? I wouldn't touch mushrooms. And now it's like portobello burgers and like sauteed mushrooms with asparagus or whatever. Like, I didn't really like soup very much, and I still don't love soup, but I'll make it and I'll eat it and I'll enjoy it. And before I would never have done that, and so it's just, I've really come a long way, which is not something people would have thought I'd do, which is another reason why it's a very kind of personal thing, but I really enjoy it. So, and the other thing is I can hopefully educate people I meet about it, because I think a lot of people who hear those words, I'm vegetarian, automatically kind of get standoffish, but it's probably because they don't know anything about it. And so, if I can show them that there's delicious meals that you can still eat with as much protein or whatever fiber, calcium as a meat dish, then so the better for it. So, yeah. So, um, I guess that's about it for now. I guess that's kind of like where I'm at. I'm just kind of going to school, hanging out with my roommates, and getting my homework done because there's lots of it and it's never ending. So now that it's almost 3 in the morning, I think I'll stop and have a great day. Okay, bye.